All right, welcome back to Lower Keys Living. This episode, I'm going to share with you just what turned out to be an epic evening of fishing with my youngest daughter. Uh, she's a senior in high school, but we went out for an evening fish. We're going to run some of the deep diving lures off the back of the boat, trying to get some wahoo because I'd had a lot of wahoo hits. So off the back of the boat, I've got two deep diving lures, and off either side, I'm running surface lures, the CNH lures, they're billy baits, running those on both sides of the boat. My daughter's gotten to be where she is just an excellent boat driver, knows how to turn the boat when we've got all these lures out without crossing lines. And we had been out to 140 feet, 170 feet looking for wahoo. Didn't get anything, so we headed on out to the Fred Perry at about 400 feet of water. Got out past those, found a weed line, and we got two on immediately. I had landed mine. It was a nice size blackfin tuna. But at the same time, my daughter had this fish on, and this was not a blackfin tuna. Or it was the biggest one I'd ever seen. I'm pretty sure this was a wahoo. She is fighting away on this thing, and you see how this rod is bending, and the line is just going the other way. It is just peeling out. So I've got 80-pound test on this rod, and that went straight to the featherbait lure, which is a 100-pound leader on that one. And you can see this rod is just cranked over. If you can look at the reel, it is just screaming, line is going out. So again, pretty sure that this was a wahoo on here. We made a little bit of ground back on it, but then anytime we did, it would just go out the other way. Just a crazy fight on here. And you see she is just working away at this. Really getting her workout in, but you can just see how much she is smiling and loving this fight and enjoying it. So we're watching this. Look at that rod just go. This is a massive fish that's on here. We're excited to see what we got, get this to the boat, and she is cranking away, working up a sweat. She's just laughing the whole time about what a fight it is. So again, just a lot of fun. And you'll see, unfortunately here, in just a moment, this line is going to pop. And we lost the fish. There it goes. See, she's cranking on it. She tests the line, and sure enough, we lost it. We brought the lure all the way back up to the side of the boat so we can see it in the water. It looked like it was intact. So didn't snap the line. It just, whatever it was, got off the hook. We just ripped it out, apparently. So anyway, we got the lines reset, started again, and went back on our way. So here we are. We've got the trolling lures set, the deep diving lure set, and both lures off the side of the boat. And we're off and running again. Again, my daughter just loves driving the boat and knows the RPMs for what speed we want. We're a little faster. We're trolling at 10 knots tonight because we were going for wahoo. Sure enough, we got another fish on here. This one, I was pretty sure that this was a blackfin tuna. She's cranking away, happy to finally get a fish, thinking she's got it. And all of a sudden you see it's just gone. Again, she is just devastated, lost another fish. So I went in, I was going to reel this one all the way in just to check the lure, had her get the boat back in gear so we can start trolling again. Because again, we've got 3 other lines in the water, and we're just cruising barely above idle speed here to keep the line straight. So I'm bringing this back in, but as soon as she gets the boat back in gear, you'll see it gets hit again. Just if you watch that rod tip, boat's back in gear, and there it goes. That quick. As soon as that lure started moving again, it got hit. So we ended up slowing down. And again, this was another blackfin tuna that we got on. So pretty happy with this. And again, we were not targeting blackfin tuna. This is depth I was getting mahi. I haven't gotten blackfin tuna in a while in here in this area. So it was really nice to see. And blackfin tuna are definitely among my favorite eating fish. Just really, really delicious fish. I love grilling those. I'll drop how I prepare those down in the comments below. But again, got a nice blackfin tuna in here. My daughter's on the other camera. She's got the gaff in her hand. She's just multitasking, which is also great, having somebody else out on the boat with me for a change. So really, really fun. But you'll see this is a really nice tuna. She does a good job videoing and getting the tuna gaffed here for me. You'll get a look at this fish here in a minute, but again, another nice blackfin tuna. There we go. Blackfin tuna on board. So happy with that one. We ended up maxing out two nice blackfin each. We got trolling again in about half mile further down. I noticed what I thought were dolphin, porpoise out chasing some bait fish. As I got closer, I realized it wasn't dolphin. It was feeding frenzy of sharks. There are blackfin tuna jumping out of the water here. A lot of bait fish. So I don't know if the sharks are going after the tuna or if they're all the tuna and the sharks are going after the bait fish. But so cool seeing this feeding frenzy going by. And I thought they'd dive as we drove by, but nope, they all stayed right here. I counted at least 8 sharks in this group as we were going by. So really cool to see. I probably should have stopped to check him out and get some more video of it, but we had lines out and I wanted to troll past it to see what we would get. And sure enough, as soon as we trolled past there, we ended up with another blackfin tuna on. Here we're bringing that on and I'm just cranking this in so that it doesn't get shark, because obviously the sharks are around, but this is a smaller blackfin that we brought in and got on. Right. So if watch any of my videos, I love these pink feather lures, pink billy bait feather lures from C&H Lures. Love these, use these, always have these running. If I'm trolling, I've always got at least one of these in the water at all times, usually 2, and then what other types of lures I'm going after. If there's a particular species lure, those are in the center off the back of the boat. But one of the things I noticed, we had 2 of these running last night, the one on the port side, closer to the driver, and one on the starboard side. The one on the starboard side is the one that you saw my daughter fighting that big fish on at the start of the video. Rod bent over, finally lost it. We did bring the lure up to the side of the boat to make sure it was intact. Didn't feel like we lost the lure. You can still feel a little drag on there. Right up, saw it, inspected it in the water, didn't pull it out, reset that one. Well, the rest of the night, we kept getting slammed at hit and catching fish on the starboard side one. I'd see the port side pole, it would get hit. You could see the pole drop like it got hit, but then fish would get off. Didn't really think about it, but towards the end, I was like, man, we didn't catch another fish on that line this whole trip out. So I didn't think anything about it. So we went to pull the poles before we headed back in, brought it in. And again, these are those pink feather, billy bait feather lures from C&H Lures that I love so much. Always have these in the water. But when we pulled this out, pulled it up and went to hook it on my pole and noticed the hook is gone. So that big fish on there, whatever she had, and I'm pretty certain that was a wahoo, because after I looked at this, there are some teeth marks, and I don't know how well this is going to show on the camera, but it broke the line at the loop underneath there where the hook is. But there are some definite teeth marks, cuts in this, not all the way through, but there's some teeth marks in that, bigger teeth marks than what a blackfin tuna or mahi would have done. So pretty sure that was a wahoo that we had on there, and just a big one, powerful one, and it broke that line right here on the loop. So everything's in shape on this. I'm going to cut this. I'll crimp on a new hook tomorrow so I can reuse this. But again, that's what happened. That's what explains why we didn't get another fish on that lure for the rest of the night. All right, we're here back on the water again. You can see that's another pink billy bait there in this blackfin tuna's mouth. I'm about to show you, we got slammed here shortly after this. That rod there behind me, I've never had anything hit so hard. Had my drag set at about 40 pounds, but whatever hit this hit so hard, it wrenched the rod holder out of the socket on the side of my gun well, just ripped the screws right out of that. Right now, the line is just screaming out. Again, remember I had these set about 200 feet back. I had easily had another 300-400 feet that this thing had just peeled off and nothing flat. And you can see it just broke the line. I'm assuming it was a shark could have been a massive wahoo, but whatever hit it so hard. Again, never seen anything like that before. And the line was just screaming. On this exact rod, the way it's set up, I've landed sailfish, wahoo, marlin, you name it on this thing. I've never had anything hit this like that. Drag set, I was all set to let it run. Could have run, 800-900 feet out, waiting for that thing to tire out. We were getting ready to chase it down, but whatever hit it, slammed it, and took my line. Took me forever to get this wound back, but did the repairs. I ended up fiberglassing that gunnel back in. I'll reset that rod holder tomorrow after everything hardens up, but you can see how hard that hit, even with the drag set where it was. So drag should have kept that from spinning, but again, it got hit so hard and so fast, drag couldn't even come up. Whatever hit it was on the fly when it hit it and kept on going. So anyway, this is what makes living down here so exciting, why I love being out on the water. You just never know what you're going to get night to night. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week on Lower Keys Living.